We're live. Okay. What is up, everyone? So, you guys guessed the title. Yep, I'm doing my 4K Ultra HD movie collection, 2026 edition, by the way, because I don't have that much of 4Ks, that much, since some of them are brand new releases and some of them didn't. But yeah, if you guys can tell, I have a bunch of amount of 4Ks. But yeah, all of them, I believe I tried. Technically, I tried to do it alphabetical, but it's not the best way I could try to do since I could have been wrong. I misordered, but anyways, let's just get started with the numerals. Movie I want to give it a watch. And now let's move on to letter A's. And this one is, I believe, is getting a 4K steelbook release, but I'm fine with my original copy. Movie I want to give it a watch. Spy number 1185. Now, these next two is the show that Mitchell won't shut the hell up about. Yep, I have the Arcane series on 4K. And to be fair, though, this series is not that peak. I mean, it is good, but ain't peak. And I did finish watching season 1, but now might watch season 2 anytime. Okay. Excellent sequel of the Avatar franchise. And I have the first two on Blu-ray, but to be fair, this one is a bit better than The Way of Water. Peak movie right there. And I do have the first two Avengers movies on Blu-ray 3D and Avengers Endgame on regular Blu-ray. And also, I know we're getting an upcoming Avengers movie called Avengers Doomsday. I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm mostly gonna watch Doom Part 3 first, and then next year I'll probably see Doomsday. Tron Legacy fan. Yeah, this one I was originally gonna get a 4K Steelbook, but I just got a regular Blu-ray. So here's disc 1 with the first half of the film, and here's disc 2 with the second half, and there's the Blu-ray with just the special features. This is one of the Paramount's 4K and Blu-ray and DVD combo pack that I have on my collection. And to be fair though, they should have done more with these instead of just a normal, just a single 4K and Blu-ray disc. Peak movie right there. But it needs a rewatch. And what's up, movie KP fan? Let me put it back. Alright, now to letter C's. Mid-movie, but I honestly still enjoyed it. Saw this one in 3D at Cinemark XD. Fun fact, this movie was the very first movie the first A24 movie I saw in theaters. And I honestly enjoyed this movie a lot. This Blu-ray, I believe, is a reprint, but it still have a master from, I believe, 2009 copy. And what's up, Mitchell? Now, this movie right here needs a full entirely watch. because I seen like half of this film when I was on the airplane, but then I had a chance to finish the whole film because I was kind of tired. So now I got this into my collection. And what's up, Ethan? Okay, let me put these back. And now to the letter D's. Oh shit. Speaking of Annihilation for Civil War, uh, the Annihilation is getting a 4K steelbook release, which, fun fact, I actually pre-order it, which should be arriving next month. And this Blu-ray will still have a master from the same master from 2009. Well, I mean, technically contained the original disc from 2009, sorry. And this movie, in fact, is getting a sequel, as I heard, which I still need to give the first one a watch. Now, these are the letter E's. I only have two. A franchise I want to give it a watch at some point. Yeah, this case is not in a good condition. And here's the fourth one, which I heard this one is the worst one from the franchise. And there's the third one. This movie got a 4K steelbook in the UK, but in the US, it got a Criterion release. Spy number 1290. And this one is Movie KP Fans Glazing Ass Movie. But unironically, this movie's peak, of course. Not to be confused with the game with the same name. Anyways, there's the 4K with the theatrical version, and then another 4K with the extended cut, and there's the Blu-ray. Fantastic movie right there. Way better than the crappy 2015 remake, which unfortunately I have the version on Blu-ray. What's up, Final Boss, by the way? And I also have the Fantastic Four 2005 and The Rise of Silver Surfer on DVD. Spy number 170. This is one of the Shout Select copies. What's up, Brandon? Movie I want to try to give it a watch, even though this movie sadly does not have dialogue. But who knows? This movie could be peak. Spy number 1278. And this movie, of course, won the best animated feature. Was originally gonna root for The Wild Robot, but oh well. That's all for the letter F's. Now let's move on to letter G's. I believe this one is one of the first Studio Shizu to be ever made, I think. This movie, I want to give it a watch, which sadly I did not have a chance to see in theaters. And I also had the first two on Blu-ray. Spy number 1201. Yeah, this packaging is really weird, but oh well. Oh yeah, this case is broken because I was doing a Criterion Collection video and I accidentally break the case. And now let's move on to letter H. I also have the remake on Blu-ray. I mean, not Blu-ray, DVD. Sorry. Spy number 1315. I seen like half of the scenes of this film, but I need to full entirely watch. peak and excellent movie right there. Still need to give this Fast and Furious movie a watch. I might give this movie a watch along with the Fast and Furious franchise before seeing Fast Forever. And I do have the first 9 Fast and Furious movies on DVD, while I have Fast X on Blu-ray. This movie I did saw in theaters in Dolby Cinema. And I honestly still enjoyed this movie. Yep. Shit, I thought Tom Lizard is on the Steelbook copy, but no. Now, honestly, this one is fantastic live action remake. The only live action remake I literally prefer than the Disney's live actions. And I did saw this movie in Screen X. And this is Justin's glazing ass movie. And no, it's not Little Miss Sunshine, by the way. Is this, which I don't know why Justin glazed to that movie, but it's on my watch list. And this is fun fact: the first copy I first got introduced with Arrow Video. This is the very first Arrow Video copy I've got that I got introduced with. And here's it comes with the poster, but I'm not gonna bother showing it. And now let's move on to Eyes. Never seen this movie, but I might get a better watch. Now, this one is easily one of the peakest films from 2014, right next to Birdman and Big Hero 6. Interstellar. One of my favorite Christopher Nolan movies of all time. And this was the very first Christopher Nolan movie I, in fact, saw in theaters. But yeah, if you guys never seen this movie, what are you guys doing? Just give this movie a watch. This is the Snyder's Cut version of Justice League. Not bothering getting the 2017 version of it. Yeah, this movie is split in 2 discs because this movie is in fact 4 hours. Now, Lettercase. This movie, in fact, was the very first movie I got introduced seeing in Screen X, by the way. But this movie was peak as well. Well, not the best as the Rise or Dawn War, because that trilogy was peak. And well, technically I only have one letter L movie. Spy number 422. What's up, Benjamin? And the next one is, of course, one of the worst 2024 movies of all time. But I still got it because, for collection purposes. Madam Web. Easily, I heard one of the worst movies. Oh, wow. Final Boss literally said that movie's on his watch list. Damn. Now, this one is one of my favorite films from last year. One of the... Wrong way. Easily one of my favorite A24 movies from last year. Let me put it properly. Now, the reason why I have this just to collect the Men in Black movie collection purposes and give the franchise a first time watch. Now, this one is easily another one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite films from this year. Michael. What can you go wrong with this movie? I fucking love that movie to death. Not a bad movie, but the glaze is just toxic. And I know we're gonna get a sequel called A Minecraft Movie Squared, which I'm honestly curious about. Now, this one is my number one favorite films from last year. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Easily one of my favorite films of all time. Alright, that's it for letter M. Now, the next one is the letter N. And the first two are the Nobody duology. So, let's start with the first one, which I saw it on digital, but I decided to get it on physical for heck of it. And here's the sequel, which I did saw that movie in theaters in 4DX. Now, the next one is on my watch list, but I had to admit that movie I heard is supposed to be peak. But, you know what? I'm just gonna show it anyways. You guys already know I heard about this movie before. Spy Number 1243. This one I believe was my third Criterion copy or my fourth Criterion copy I've owned. Which this was on my Christmas list, but I decided to get a Barnes & Noble with my Christmas money. But yeah, now I finally got this one into my collection. Very funny movie right there, but it needs a rewatch. I also have the first two Now You See Me movies on Blu-ray. I fucking hate this slipcover, guys. Not gonna lie. This movie is on my watch list. Excellent Paul Thomas Anderson movie right there, and well-deserved win for Best Picture. Now to the letter P's, which I only have two, technically. This one I saw in 4DX last year. Excellent movie, not gonna lie. A franchise I want to still need to watch for the first time. So here's the 4K pack. And there's the Blu-ray. And this Blu-ray will still contain the original from 2009. And yes, I still need to check the Quiet Place movies before seeing the third one, which I believe is coming out next year or 2028. Excellent remake, but not the best as the original. Now to move on, let's move on. Letter S. This movie I did saw in theaters in IMAX. Not a bad movie. I thought this movie was really good. Oh yeah, I have. The only thing I'm missing right now is Skyscraper. I still want to get Skyscraper into my collection. If it is good, then I'm definitely want to see it. Now, this one is also one of my favorite films from last year. Yup, this movie, which that movie was peak. Highly recommend y'all check this movie out. Not a bad movie right there. Hold on. Spy number 211, another one of the Shout Select copies. Oops, wrong way. Sorry about that. Heard this one is supposed to be the weakest one. Well, technically, the sequels were the weakest one from the Star Wars franchise. This is the only movie film I own into my collection. Excellent movie right there. And speaking of Supergirl, I did saw that movie in IMAX. Not a bad movie. Well, it's the weakest, but not really good, but not the best as this one. Peak sequel right there. And also have the Super Mario Bros. Movie on Blu-ray, but I might consider upgrading on 4K if I felt like it. But yeah. I also have the first Trainspotting on Blu-ray. And I heard this, and this movie, the first one I heard it got a 4K release from Criterion, but I heard a lot of people did not like the packaging of it. But yeah. Which in fact my copy from which forgot my first one is from Lionsgate. My copy. This one I got back in Target when they used to sell physical medias, but now they don't. Now these next two are from the Terrifier trilogy, which I still need to check out the Terrifier movies before seeing the fourth one. And I also have the first one on Blu-ray. Spy number 1180. Let me put my phone down. Now, next one. Now, the reason why I have this movie is just to collect the Transformers movies purposes and usually give this movie a watch, even though this movie I heard is god awful. peak Transformers animated movie right there. And for Tron Legacy, I only have it on Blu-ray, but might consider upgrading it to 4K Steelbook so I can have all three Tron trilogy on Steelbook. But I'll have to see. And I heard that, and even though this movie stars Jared Leto, which I heard he's going infamous right now, as I heard. But yeah. Classic tornado movie right there. Now, this one is an excellent sequel, but not the best as the first one. I have the Back to the Future trilogy on Blu-ray, along with E.T. on Blu-ray. And I have the first 9 Fast and Furious movies on DVD and the 10th on Blu-ray. Jaws on DVD. And I have the Alfred Hitchcock movies on DVD as well. This one on Blu-ray. This one on DVD. And same with this one. But at some point, I might upgrade Mario Bros. Movie on 4K if I felt like it. Now, I know that a lot of people say that movie is not that good, but to me, I actually thought that movie was really good, to be honest. And this, along with Hugo and 1917, were the last 3 movies I got at Best Buy right before they stopped selling physical medias. Now let's move on. Well, this one I only have one. Spy number 248. I also have the original one on Blu-ray. And both of the original and the remake is on my watch list. This came with Clash of the Titans and Wrath of the Titans. Excellent duology right there, but it needs a rewatch. Classic movie right there. This movie, I honestly thought it was good, to be honest. And same with this one, which I honestly thought this movie was good, in my opinion. And finally, I got a replacement case since the other one I used to have it, one of the parts that closed the disc broke off. So yeah, good thing I got a new replacement for my copy of A Working Man. And last two. And finally, the last one, this movie. I have The Crow, Red Eye, and Double Jeopardy on DVD. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna bother getting Smile because, to be fair though, I wasn't literally a huge fan of the Smile movies. And yep, guys, that will be it for me showing all of my 4K Ultra HD collection 2026 edition. So, yep, you guys, thank you for guys watching my stream, and hopefully I will do some more physical media collection videos, but I don't know which one I should do, but I'll see but I possibly might think to do a quick one, Probably the South Park DVD collection, but oh well.